Right, hi guys. So, Sony's best flash gun, the Hvl-F60rm. I used to have the previous version, which was the Hvl-F60M, and that was designed for DSLRs and the SLT cameras. And the issue was with that, it worked fine with them, and it actually worked fine with the mirrorless cameras, but you lost the infrared autofocus assist because mirrorless cameras can't deal with that, unfortunately. So they've brought the new version out, which actually has the LEDs on the front. So depending on what your camera's set at, which I've just found out actually recently, it will turn the LEDs on to help focus. And I also found out that if you have it in AFC, they don't light up at all. So you have to have it in AFS or AFA, and it will work. So I've got the camera set in AFS at the moment for single shot. I'm just going to turn the light down a bit so you can see the there you go. So the I didn't light it once, turn it off completely. Here we go. There you go. So it will turn on the LEDs at the front of the flash to help you focus. So it works really well. No issues there at all. The flash itself, very easy to use actually. They've moved a few buttons around from the previous model, but basically you've got the level buttons there, so you can adjust the power if you've got it set in manual mode, which I generally do. As you can see there, you can adjust up and down. If you've got the FN button, exactly like on your camera, you can push that and you can basically flick around the different bits. So you can go into manual to TTL, multi-shot, the wireless, which I've got turned off at the moment, high speed sync, yes or no, and then you've got the menu. You've got a custom key button there, and you go into there, and you can set up basically all the wheel and a bit like exactly like your camera, the buttons, which is actually really cool. On the previous camera, you had a button for the LED. There's an LED up on the top here, and you can actually turn the LEDs on to use as a video light, which was really handy. But I suddenly got this yesterday, and one, I couldn't get the infrared to work. Sorry, not the infrared, the autofocus LEDs to light up, until I'd worked out that actually it needs to be in AFS or AFA to work. And also I couldn't get the you can see it here, if I turn that on, see it says adaptive. Well, you can have that on manual, so you can actually move the zoom backwards and forwards inside the flash manually, but it won't do it unless you've got the hood off. So now the hood's off, we can go there and set it whatever you want. You can have it in auto, whatever you want. Anyway, but if you've got the diffuser on, it goes back to adaptive. Anyway, so I've got the custom button C1, which is on the left hand side there, as the video light basically. So you can turn it up and down, you can spin the wheel or click left or right, and it adjusts the power of the LED back up and down. And that was two things I couldn't work out how to do originally when I first got it. And there's no help in the instruction book at all. It's completely crap. But the best thing about this flash, which I've found, when it's on camera like so, and if you tilt the camera to do portrait mode, if you're used to a normal speed light, you have to push the two bits at the top there to rotate the head left or right or anything like that. Well, Sony, being the innovators I suppose, and back when they had a fresh canvas as such, they could do what they wanted once they bought out Konica Minolta, obviously someone had a brainwave. I have no idea why no one else has done this, unless Sony has actually just copyrighted it so no one's going to do it. Is basically you just tilt the camera, tilt the flash, sorry. So if you're in portrait mode, so if you rotate the camera that way, obviously you can go that way, or you can go the other way. It's a quick shift, so it literally moves really quickly. You can bring the head back right backwards, straight up or whatever. It's got the bounce card and also the wide angle part in there as well you can pull out. Works really, really well. It's very powerful, and a really good bit of kit. It's very expensive, 620 quid, or 619. So yeah, not the cheapest flash out there, and you can probably buy 3 or 4 Godex ones for it, and a lot of people have. But this obviously can do a few things that the other ones can't, and I'm so used to the previous flash, I thought, you know what, stuff it, I'm going to have one of these. They're now radio controlled as well, so you've got a link LED there that glows green when you've got another flash gun connected to it, or the wireless trigger thing as well. So you can have, I don't know how many flash guns it was, but it's quite a few. You can have running off this one as a commander, which works quite well. But yeah, lots to do. It's a brilliant bit of kit. It's really well made. One of the best things they have done, which the previous one was renowned for, was you push the lever back and take the flash off. You can actually see here it's now got a metal mount, where before it was plastic. It was absolutely terrible. I never broke mine, but lots of people had. So it takes 4 AA rechargeable batteries, or normal batteries, which is great really, because if you're out in the field and you run out of your powers goes, or for your rechargeables, you can just buy some Duracells or whatever, which obviously works really, really well. Let's turn the flash around a little bit here, and then you can see, so that's the that's the where the batteries are in the panel there. You can see there, and then you come around, you'll see the LEDs there on the front. You've also got underneath here, so it's going to fall. Do that one. Underneath here, you've got a pop-down panel, which has got the extra power supply port on it, and a flash sync cable port as well, and the multi, I'm not sure what that one is. Oh, USB as well, so it's got a USB port, obviously I'm guessing for updates and things like that. But cool bit of kit, really, really cool bit of kit. Obviously works with the A7R3 and all the other cameras, works even on the RX10 Mark IV happily as well. So really, really cool bit of kit, and just thought I'd show a few little things really, because there's nothing on YouTube really I could find, and I was a little bit stuck, to be fair. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a quick video so people can kind of see and get their heads around it a little bit. So if I zoom in on the screen there a little bit, there we go. And then just quickly show you. So you literally got plus and minus buttons do the levels, whatever you set it at the time. So just straight out there on the manual. In the menu button, you've got the custom key which I've obviously shown you once. You've got wireless mode, and you can literally just set the keys to whatever you like. You've got test button there, so the test button here, it'll just fire. So if I push that, it will just fire. You can choose your step level, so you can go 0.3 EV or 0.5. I have 1.5 generally. You've got TTL level memory on. Don't really use TTL anyway, very rarely. I mean, I don't think I can count the last time I did it. And then you can go over into your other menus here. So you've got channel sets, so you can pick your channels, your radio channels when you're doing wireless. Remote release, I haven't actually seen that. So I don't know if you can obviously maybe fire a shot and fire the flash at the same time with a remote of some sort. That's the pairing part, and obviously the wireless ready lamp is off. I've got it set off because obviously I haven't got any that's going to go with it. So, and then you've got beep on or off. I actually had it on. Your power mode and everything like that. 3 minutes I've got it set at. Wireless power save, I haven't got that, so I don't need it. Your version, and obviously initialize. I presume that means it's now saved its things. Let's have a look. Actually, no, it deletes everything. So let's go and set this up. So actually, we're going to set up my custom C1 button. So you can have obviously set your zoom and things like that. Flash distribution, so you can go wide, like spot or sort of standard. So you can set how much of a sort of if it's really wide angle or more spot sort of related light movement, which is kind of cool. High speed sync. There we go, light mode. So it's now light mode. Come out of there. Let's go back over to my beep on and off. There we go. So if I now take a shot, it'll when the flash fires, it beeps, which is quite cool. And you can adjust your stops there. Then we can go get out of TTL, go into manual, and that was at 128th power, so it's turned right down, but I haven't charged these batteries, so they're not fully charged. But it'll quite happily do a lot of fill-in shots without obviously discharging too quickly. It's 1.7 seconds from full power to recharge. Apparently, let's try that actually. So we can just adjust it down quick. There we go. So here we go, this one flash. There you go. So it doesn't take long from full power. Not at all. So really cool bit of kit. There you go, it's beeping now. So yeah, I mean, you can obviously adjust your levels up and down depending on what you need. So it goes right down to apparently 1/256, but it's saying 1/128 there. Maybe because it's on adaptive, I'm not sure. But anyway, there we go. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm going to mess around with it. I need to read the manual a little bit more to see what there's a few other things that I don't quite understand, but that's the generalisation of how I've set it up so far. And having the lights on themselves, you literally just push left, and then you can see what the LEDs look like there. So work quite well. All I've got to do is spin the wheel and get brighter and brighter. So worked quite well there. It's obviously a very soft light, so coming in very handy for light painting and other things like that. So you can use it for obviously pre-focusing, which is obviously very handy. I've used it for light painting, where you can just literally, you don't even have to have it on. You can either fire a flash. The benefit of having a torch as such is that you can control where you're putting the light without just firing a flash. So constant lighting, the option is there as well, which is really, really good. Like I say, it's very expensive really for what it is, but it works with the cameras flawlessly, so really quite pleased about that. And like I said, I'm used to the old one. It's just got a few different features, and the button layout and everything's completely different, but it does basically the same job, but obviously better because it's now been updated with the LED situation. So that's you know, really quite cool. So you can obviously adjust everything as you want, but you have to push menu by the looks of it to come out of that area once you've gone in. Obviously manual, quite quick adjustment, zoom, which is, it won't do it because it's on adaptive at the minute, so if I take that off again, it should then, yeah, you literally just push up and it will literally just control it as and what you need it to be. So depending on which lens you've got on, obviously it'll pick auto and adaptive if you use the diffuser. Obviously it's gone back to adaptive. So but that's it really, guys. I just thought I'd give you a quick you know, show of the actual flash itself, and it sort of has a lock button as well, so once you've set the flash up and you don't want to mess around with it too much, you can literally lock it in place so it doesn't, you know, you basically shouldn't be able to do anything now. Yeah, it's locked, showing locked on the screen. So that means you can't do anything, so you've got to flick it back to on, and then you can do whatever you want. And obviously just turn it off. So, it's a cool bit of kit, but obviously out of a lot of people's budgets, depending on what you use the camera for and things like that. So, like I say, there's a cheaper version. I think it's the Hvl-F60rm, which is the next one down, which is obviously another replacement of the previous generation flashes. That's got one LED instead of three, which obviously helps with the autofocus and also the obviously your video light as well. That's it, guys. So if I can answer any questions if you're looking at this flash gun, please ask. You know, give me a week or so and I should be on top of this with using it and finding its little secrets and things like that, and any niggles it's got that, you know, they're annoying. I've seen the power supply that you can plug into it is quite expensive, but I imagine there is some aftermarket versions that you can plug a power bank in or whatever to make it you know, work a bit better. But everyday use for me, I can use that and it's not really an issue. It's going to do hundreds and hundreds of shots from one charge of the batteries, but I don't work it hard. I'm not like a paparazzi or anything like that. It's more of a slower pace for me, so the extra power supply probably isn't really needed. I'll just have a second set of batteries in the bag ready to go. So anyway, guys, hope that's helpful. Please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and that's just a quick look at the Hvl-F60rm Flashgun from Sony. See you soon.